This webinar will be covering Aspect's scheduling layout and its functions. Let us begin. On the left menu bar, we select Production, then Schedule. Our schedule window will now open up. The left side of the schedule shows all work centers, and the top and bottom shows the date and time. The top menu bar on the schedule has a host of buttons and functions. Refresh button. This refreshes all screen data on request, rather than at the programmed refresh rate. Edit button. Whenever we want to make changes to the schedule, or do the actual scheduling of jobs, we will select the pencil or edit button. Accept button. If we are satisfied with our schedule changes, we will select the Accept button. This saves the changes made to the schedule. Cancel button. This disregards any changes we made while we are in edit mode of the schedule, and reverts back to last accepted schedule changes. New Task button. This is used to create tasks, so we can block out time on the work centers, for example, maintenance. The New Task button creates a fake or dummy job that can be inserted in the schedule. Delete Task button. This button is only visible on schedule startup and when an unscheduled job is selected. We will only delete an unscheduled job if it has been deleted in our ERP system, and in the event we created work orders in Aspect and no longer require this job to be actioned. Unscheduled Task button. In edit mode, if we click on a scheduled job, the Unscheduled Task button appears. This is used to take jobs back into the Unscheduled Job window at the bottom of the screen. We can also drag them there. View as Plan button. This opens up a list view of all scheduled jobs on their respective work centers. This plan window can also be used to schedule jobs by dragging and dropping them. Full Screen button. This button is straightforward. To get out of full screen, we either click on the same button again, or press Escape on your keyboard. Save Image button. This is a screen capture function, where we can take a screen capture of the schedule, and save it for sharing or reference purposes. Detach button. This button detaches the schedule from the Aspect window. This allows us to minimize Aspect without minimizing the schedule. It is important to remember to reattach the window by pressing the same button again. Find Job ID button. In the event we are looking for a current job in the schedule window, we can search that job here. We can also search by status in this drop-down menu, such as running jobs. Unscheduled Jobs button. This button allows us to see the unscheduled jobs without being in edit mode. In edit mode, Unscheduled Jobs window will automatically appear. Process Path button. This button is useful if we have part dependencies. It will show us the path the dependencies will follow. We don't have any dependencies in this example though. We will discuss this in more detail in another lesson. Custom Dependencies button. Allows us to create custom dependencies in the schedule space. This will only work when in edit mode on the schedule. Print Carton Labels. This opens up the carton label print screen. A job will need to be selected for this to work. Show Labor Requirements button. This shows us the proposed labor requirements at the bottom of the screen. View Options button. Here we have various options in a drop-down list. Show Job Properties. This gives us a window with the job and component information in different tabs on the right. Show Legend. This opens up the Schedule Legend box. Here we will see statuses of work centers and jobs. Gradient Shading. This changes the shading options of the schedule. Small Icons. This changes the schedule layout to have smaller icons, and may be useful when you have many work centers and scheduled jobs, but want a full picture of all. Job Colors options. Here we are able to change the schedule colors to colors based on either imported or setup logic, such as customers, products, or tooling colors. Area Selection. We can choose to see the entire facility, or we could choose to see only specific areas within the facility. Note, we could also do scheduling by area. If we have specific schedulers for different areas in our facility. Lastly, Zoom function. We can click Zoom in or Zoom out, or we can enter a factor to zoom, or simply press Ctrl on your keyboard and scroll up and down with your mouse wheel. This brings us to the end of this webinar. We hope the information and examples provided here have been beneficial to you.